So myself, natural law, right? Natural law is I am thus, well, there it ends, not even the well, but, oh, I am thus, oh. Which can be directed even to yourself, to existence, to the world around you, to the delusion, or to your why, to your soul, to your spirit, to anything of you, anything of your imagination that is not real, or anything that is in contact with you at that moment because it speaks to you. Meaning, oh, you, really, not again. So basically, natural law is very simple. This is the foundation for natural law in my mind. But wifey, yeah. What is positive? Oh, no positive Schwangerschaftslaw. Yeah. That's the problem with positive law. It's very strong in law, but it's very weak in law. Meaning it's very weak in power to a degree and even to power at all, but gets stronger in power to a degree by evaluation, but it's very strong in law. And the less you evaluate it, the stronger it gets in law, and reverse till a certain point, where the ideas and the foundations and the syntax and the conjunctions just take overwhelming effect. For example, positive law, my switch I have in this room, is inspired. Therefore, this video must be inspirational to all degrees, because right now I can only make my point clear because of no. At this point you need to stop. You need to evaluate all claims. But positive law is different. It says natural law could count but doesn't count because I exist, says positive law. Now, the problem is a different one. Very different one. Meaning, positive law in all of degrees, 100%. 100%. Positive law is different. Meaning, positive law counts because you conjunct, not really. Positive law is in count because it searches for a law. Positive law is basically that it is searching for a law inside the righteousness. Meaning it basically only counts because natural law is in existence. But if you find a roundabout, like the Zord video, where you just spin your Zord to the degree of nonsense, you basically have no dogma to found it on. And if you have no dogma, that's basically not a problem. But if you have no science and no faith in science, of anything else that is not mathematical, you suddenly have a problem. All dogmas seem real except one. Positive law can only count on foundation. And that's a big problem. That's why evil people like it so much. Natural law is very simple. It says don't do what you don't want to be done to you. But positive law says, well, be a forgiver, hold the other cheek, be an idiot. Yeah. Like 100%, right? Huh? No, I tricked you. I know I already did. Bad trick, neat trick, literally. Positive law. Meaning, doesn't account for anything. Literally. Positive law fills your bank account with money that you can spend, but the stuff is worthless. Meaning, you buy something from the money in the bank, from the Coke, drink it, but it has no worth. Metaphysically speaking and physically speaking. Why? Because you drink it from the money you bought it in the bank with. And you get the energy, and suddenly you cannot buy enough Coke Coca-Cola with the money because you have more money than you have cola. It's inflation to a degree, on all degrees, on declaration, on everything, in abyss and foundation. Lost, no, foundation, but then Lucky Luke is lost. But, meaning, the problem with positive law is that it's usually useful. It's very weak law, very, very strong in righteousness, very strong in law, but very weak in power, and also truth only to scale. Meaning, you basically disregard everything. Everything that is true you disregard for, and positive law only account. If you say positive law only counts, you basically say, in mathematical terms speaking, 1 plus 1 is 2, therefore the square sum of 4 is 2, thus pi. But not really pi, I mean, split the pi, not really. What I mean is 2 plus 2 equals 4, the square sum is 1, but not really. 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 and the square sum of 4 is 2, meaning 13. So that doesn't go. Not a good metaphor, right? Yeah, so better a syntax metaphor like positive law is supposed to be, no, it's religion. Anyway, everything becomes religion in a philosophical standpoint at some point when objective morality and subjective morality and so forth is all developed. And also besides that, besides the funny. Let's see where it burnt down. Point being is that positive law accounts for a lot of things. But if you, for example, have a spinning psi, like Chronos, or Zeus, none of them is real. Meaning, they fight each other without fighting. Then they find some river. They drown their father in it. And suddenly their mother comes to them and says, "Sons, this really doesn't go." And everyone claps their hand and says yes again. That's basically positive law, if you don't have any foundation. And there it comes to the problem. It has one fundamental flaw, it needs to be evaluated. And the evaluation can only end in one process. You need to have the foundation on natural law, meaning I am thus. The rest is already differentiatable. Oh, you is because my wife. And the rest is really up to no debate. Positive law. I am that. I am thus. Oh. Or I am thus. Oh. Or better said, I am thus. Oh. So, the problem is that this means that any claim you make on positive law, there's no foundation, is very usually and very easily usable for evil. Yeah, it's a great protection. You basically say don't talk to me, but you're talking the whole time to the person and nothing happens. You can annoy the person with every plan you have, everything else. But no one can do something and they can't literally do anything against it except your natural being. And so forth. But the point being is there, everything you hold and say can be held against you. So positive law in fundamental no claim is fuckery. A lot. And only usable for evil. There is no higher value in it. Which is supposed to be what positive law does. It's supposed to secure society, not destabilize it. Secure people from the danger of evil people. Meaning if you steal, you should get it back. Positive law should not say if you stole, you just pay a fine. If you stole, you get the money and the stuff back, unless the person already did that. Or better said, if you stole not from a supermarket but from a private person, you need to give it back. A supermarket is fairly okay, but we have the inventory problem. And no one would never get that. They would get all the mistakes, but not the inventory problem of the supermarket. Because stealing is basically not bad. You even can steal from a supermarket. But stealing from a private person is very bad. Or anything of a person. From a company, only not bad if you steal the stuff, not the prototypes, etc. pp. So stealing in general, I don't care too much. If I would have a company, a supermarket, and some people would steal occasionally something off the shelf, I really would not care, man. Whoever is listening here. I really would not care. But the problem is the inventory. My wife, she could explain that. Correct. I was the same way. She could explain that fairly better. That's not the problem. The problem is inventory really does something bad. It stacks up ideas and so forth, and she explained to me that it basically also organizes the information to the outcome. Meaning, this many people enter the store, these many products will need to be in idea restacked by organization of systematic value. I would never get that. I'm a man. Simple. I would never get that. I'm dumb like that. Women also have their flaws, but mine doesn't. That was apparently. I was a little bit annoyed by myself, and she made that clear. No. I was more annoyed because not she's flawed, myself, but because you're always dumb like this. You're a man. That was you. Oh, she agrees on that one. Interesting. Meaning, positive law basically is just usable for evil unless you're something of different kind. If metaphysical law and justice systems like these would be real, that I imagine, or any of that sort, injustice systems of any sort, meaning metaphysical systems of knowledge, and because knowledge has always its own will, alright? Positive law is just negated by someone who has any spark of fate in them. You literally can't do anything against them. Well, whoever you are, this if you would be real, and this would be the case that these systems exist, which is just a philosophical mind experiment. But let's evaluate that one. The idea is that the idea is that something else happens. Knowledge has its own character, its own being, and its own apex, but not like a male or female. Meaning, it has its own apprentice, but not in a sense of apprentice. Knowledge has its own idea to what the Kickstarter is, just like with positive law when it's strongly developed. Which should be known by a beginning, because to make that claim that only positive law counts, you need to basically say you're God and the creator of everything, which is a little bit arrogant. You can be the spark of everything. You can be bringing into creation everything. You can be even the one who created an apple to give people knowledge about the struggle and how to defeat it by dreams, like Adam and Eve created that apple. But you cannot claim to be the creator of everything, because that is a rational claim. If A exists, A times 2 might exist, and second A exists, and third A exists, which is in the same circumstance, because only the field of fate is devaluated or changed, or anything of it, or maybe even exempted from it, etc. pp, meaning every idea could always just be influenced, meaning not changing you, but your destiny afterwards. And if you exempt yourself from it, you have not made any change at all whatsoever.